Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Guys, in this video we're going to be learning about the 5 mistakes which you should completely avoid and the understanding what you should have while investing in mutual funds. So 5 mistakes to avoid when you're choosing and investing in mutual funds. And we're particularly talking about equity mutual funds, not debt mutual funds, or not hybrid mutual funds of equity and debt, right? And these points are very important because when you're investing in mutual funds, equity mutual funds, you have to understand how do they work to take the benefit out of them, right? So let me tell you a little bit of a story before we go dive deep into the video. But the first point itself is, don't look for short-term returns, right? Don't look for short-term returns, right? So if you look at the mutual funds, most of them they have the returns what you will find from the last 3 to 5 years range anywhere between 15, 25 to 35% CAGR, meaning every year these mutual funds are giving you this much return, and this is what maximum of the top performing mutual funds in India are giving you, between 15 to 35% anywhere, right? These are the returns you're getting. And applying the rule of 72, which is 72 divided by the return, let's say 25, this gives you a number of years. So roughly it is close to 3 years, less than 3 years, to double your money. So let's say if you're getting 25% returns on any mutual fund and you're staying invested, let's say you're starting with 10 lakh, you're staying invested for 12 years, which is 4 doubling cycles. So in 12 years, at 25% return, 1, 2, 3, 4, how much your money becomes? 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 80 lakhs and 1.6 CR. So this 10 lakh will actually become 1.6 CR in 12 years if you keep getting a return of 25%. Now this is the power of compounding also, guys. But does it happen with everyone? The answer is absolutely no. And the reason is the average investment duration. You will be surprised to note the data that the average investment duration for SIPs, systematic investment plans, and equity mutual funds in India is 2.5 years. People don't stay this long to take advantage of this compounding. This is the biggest problem. So whenever you're investing in mutual funds, don't look for short-term returns. Always try to stay long in whatever mutual fund you're choosing and stay invested for long. Whatever this returns the mutual fund companies are telling you, these are the past performance. And if you look at any of the advertisement about the mutual funds, they always say that the past performance is not a promise of future performance, right? Because the future performance will also vary, and this past 35 is not a consistent 35 every year. It's like a mix of 5, 10, 15, 45, right? Like, so it's the average 35. Likewise, it's gonna happen in the future also. It can be negative 5% the next year. It can be positive 5% the following year. It can be negative 1, 2, 3% in the next year. It can be positive 45% in the following year. So the average will, it will basically be the average return of next few years. So the point I'm trying to make is that even if any mutual fund is good enough to get 25%, the least they will do is 15 to 25% somewhere, and this is also a good number to compound your money. But to realize this, you cannot stay invested for 1 to 3 years. You have to stay invested for at least 10 to 15 years, right? So avoid looking for short-term returns from your mutual funds. That is the first thing you should avoid. But the second thing you should avoid is over diversification into same type of mutual fund. Over diversification in same type of mutual fund. And what do I mean by that? So equity mutual funds are broadly categorized into three types: small cap, mid cap or flexi cap, and large cap or blue chips. So these are mota three types of mutual funds, and these are basically small cap companies which have valuation less than 1000 crores. 1000 for mid cap, it's 1000 to 5000 crores, and for large cap it is above 5000 crores valuation, right? So this is basically market capitalization, not valuation, sorry. Market cap of less than 1000 crore is small cap, between 1000 crores to 5000 crore are mid cap companies, and large cap companies are 5000 crores. So the thing to remember is that there's a direct correlation between volatility and returns in mutual funds. So small cap funds have higher volatility and they have higher returns. Mid cap funds have medium volatility and medium returns, and large cap funds have large volatility and large returns compared to mid cap and small cap. So this is a thing you have to consider. So whenever you're diversifying in mutual funds, diversify into these three types of mutual funds: small cap, mid cap and large cap, and buy two best performing funds in each category. What you should be avoiding is take all 6 large cap or all 6 mid cap or all 6 small cap. When you're doing this, you're exposing yourself to risk. When you're dividing among these, you are basically diversifying and not keeping all your eggs in one basket. And generally, when things are happening wrong in small cap, it's not important that the same wrong things will happen in the large cap companies also, because small cap companies, they very easily get overvalued when the investments are more over here. It's not always the case with the large cap companies because their size is too high, right, and the business is so strong. So avoid over diversification in the same type of mutual fund. The third thing which you should be avoiding is don't expect the returns what mutual fund companies are promising you. The past performance is not a promise for future performance. Past performance is not a promise for future performance. So when that you're told that the return is going to be 12%, it does not mean that every subsequent year, first, second, third year, you're getting this 12% every year, right? So when you're parking your money for 1, 2, 3 years and you're expecting to get this, it will not be the case, right? So it can be negative return for maybe next 2-3 years, and then positive return in 4-5 years, right? So this is what happens in mutual funds. So never park your money what you want in 1-2-3 years in mutual funds, right? So completely avoid this. The fourth thing which you should be avoiding is being very active in your investing in mutual funds. Being very active, and what do I mean by this? What people do is that the rankings for mutual funds come every year. So what people do is, if let's say you have, just for example, consider a best performing mutual fund this year and it's giving 35%. When the next year ranking, it goes to the third rank and another one comes up which is giving 45%. So people take their money out and invest here. Now, when they do this, what ends up happening wrong is they have to pay something called as a short-term capital gains tax, STCGT, right? And this is very heavy. It's 15% on the profits you have made, right? And this along with other taxes you have to pay. So if you stay invested for long duration, you will not have to pay this much high tax. You have to only pay long-term capital gains tax, which is lesser than this 15%. And as a result of that, you end up making a lot more money over a longer duration. So being very active, going a lot in and out, is you have to avoid. It's similar to avoiding over trading, if you're a trader, because you end up paying a lot of frictional costs. And the fifth thing which you should avoid is mutual funds with a very high assets under management. always look for, when you're looking for mutual funds and assets under management, always look for funds which have medium range of assets under management. Now, why is this important? If a fund becomes very big, the fishing pond, I mean the kind of companies they can pick is small, because they've already picked a lot of good companies and they have heavy positions, right? But if a fund is small, they have a lot of options to invest into, and as a result of that, you have a lot of time to compound your money at a higher rate. I mean, this fund will continue to have options to invest and rotate the money and generate your returns. And this is what a fund manager should be taking your money to do the work into, right? This is its job. So look for funds which have medium level of assets under management. This is very, very important. So avoid these 5 mistakes, guys, if you're investing in mutual funds. I hope this video answered some of your questions, some of the doubts you had. If you have further doubts, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, and I'll see you again in my next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.